Hi, it's me, your friendly neighborhood alien, stranded here on the third rock from the sun. I carry Star. Handcam day, as you can see. Hands. Tell. I got my hands on the cam. Okay, that's it. That's the stream. We're done. I got my hands on the cam. Woo! Okay. So I got my paints. I got brushes. I got wash cup. I got little cups to paint in, mix paints in. I got sticks to mix paint with. And what I'm making today, Ranger keys. Let me actually show you what a Ranger key is, because it's been a while since I've done a Ranger key. Let me move this puppet out of the way here. Sorry. I should have had this prepared too, but I didn't. Okay, so these are the two Ranger keys I have so far. A Ranger key of me. I made it pink. Ranger key. And made a version of my one of my alt models. And I think I went with purple, it looks like. So this is what I'm doing today. I'm making more of these. I eventually want to fill this little chest up. Eventually. Let's put you over here. So I got all these 3D printed pieces of key bits. And I gotta turn these into Ranger keys. So I got 3 goals today. 3 well, at the very least 2, because I did those 2 last time. So the first one is for my horror host alt, I think. So I'm gonna grab the pieces. Actually, I think let me get my reference here so I can see the colors, at least the rough colors. Where is it? Oh crap! I did. Not a problem. Let me close that so I can. Whoops! I don't need my browser open. Yeah, sorry about not streaming yesterday. Honestly, I was exhausted. I was tired all yesterday. What happened was my partner has been going to their mom's house to do craft projects while they're there we go. Perfect. Has been going to their mom's house to do some crafting projects and stuff while they've been well, while they've been, home from work. I'll go a couple whites. Front back. They're gonna be going to their mom's house while doing craft projects. But they lost track of time on Wednesday night. They were there on Wednesday night, and they lost track of time and didn't get home until like 4 in the morning. And normally that would be fine. 4 in the morning is not bad, but I'm a person who needs sleep. I mean, I really need sleep. And them coming home at 4 in the morning I knew it's like soon as I got, if I went to bed earlier, if I went to bed any earlier, I knew as soon as I dozed off, the second as I begin to doze off, as I'm like, beginning to drift off into the beautiful land of sleep, my partner would come home, the dogs would get all worked up, and I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep for like another hour or two. So I stayed up until 4 in the morning when they got home from crafting. And that's what they were doing. They were crafting, as far as I know. Whoops. I'll have to put it on the floor. There we go. Step back. Whoops. There we go. Fix that. I want to have this so in case I need to do some filing bits. But yeah, so I didn't go home, get to bed until like 4 in the morning, and then I have to get up like early in the morning to make sure our older dog gets fed because she's on medication while she heals. So yeah, so here we go. This is my key. The legs, arms, body, and head. First one I'm going to do is my do I have an image thing I can use? No. So let me pull this up here. I should make an thing with this. Look at my keyboard. Okay. Okay. You'll see it on stream. I'll lower it soon, but so we're going to be doing this. Let's try to get it all on the screen here. I was thinking about putting this like on the screen earlier, but I didn't. But yeah, this is gonna be the first key I'm making today. I'm just gonna put this underneath my model here. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm gonna be working on today. The first one. So let me close this out. So I chose this for the heads because yeah, why not? And I'm gonna be painting this with orange. And then this one's not gonna be a lot of painting. The legs will be more painting because of the pants. And then I want to add some, some skin tone bits to that. So I'll have to make some skin tone paint. I don't have any skin tone colors, any fleshy colors, which is the color I'm going to need a lot of today. So let's start with that. Okay, so actually let's start by cleaning up here. Okay, good. This came off like super easy. Where's the other pair? Move these. I can. Make sure everything fits together. I don't have calipers, so I'm not going to use calipers. I just want to make sure everything fits together. First. That way, if I have to do any filing or anything. Okay, there, I'm going to do something right there. Let's peel this off. I want to make sure. Oops, I put that head on backwards. Now I'm just using this, same blank template that I've been using. Purchased this like over a year ago now. Okay. That'll work. I just want to see if there's any areas that need to be trimmed right now. Okay. That'll probably work best. Okay. Yeah, these are the Ranger keys from Go Kaiser / Power Ranger Super Mega Force. Blech. The only reason I don't like Power Ranger Super Mega Force is because I'm a Go Kaiser fan. And, oh. And a Go Sager fan, actually. And if you've seen either Go Sager or Go Kaiser, you'll understand what I mean by that. Okay. So first things first, I am going to need to make some fleshy tone. Oh, there it is. I just want to find a spot to put this so I can get out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to go look something up on the internet. Whoops. And my keyboard. There it is. Okay. uh, I want to get a rough idea. No. How to make skin tones. Do red, yellow, and white. Which I don't have those particular shades, so I don't have yellow ochre, cadmium red, or titanium white. I have these craft paints in equal parts. That's gonna be fun. Let me move these out of the way here. Okay, so I'm going to need yellow, bright yellow, unfortunately, so I can adjust things if I need to, okay? I can adjust things. Got some bright yellow. Got some true red. And what was the third color? Titanium white. I have white. I mean, this is gonna be fine, right? Oh, I don't have any way of measuring it. Whoops. Sorry, I bought my mic with that paint. What I thought. Do I have anything? I do. I'm gonna need more than that, probably. I'm gonna eyeball it. About it. Now, this is something for like a painter's reference, not a VTuber being a huge nerd on stream reference. And this is a VTuber being a huge nerd on stream. That's what today is. Today's a VTuber being a huge nerd on stream. In equal amounts. So I have a little list of keys I want to make. Yeah, that red is overpowering everything, I think. As you can see, it's kind of pinkish right now. I'm not going for true skin tone. So I might go some more yellow, maybe? Maybe? I mean, I also might not have gotten everything exact. I can always add a little more white, too, if I need to. A little more white. Still pretty pink. And the skin's got to be pretty pale for this. I don't need much for this particular part, but I know I'm going to need more. Because I've got multiple characters that need paint on my list. I still got, like, I've got the two I've planned for the day, plus reference for a third if I need to. And fourth, I don't really need a reference on. Maybe a little more yellow. And a squish more white. Hey, speaking of Gokaiser, that's what the background music is. It's from Gokaiser. We're getting closer to skin tone, I think. You know, something that could work. I do think that red really overpowered everything. Oh yeah, just my light. That should be a little better. Not so blinding. It's not going to be perfect. I think this should work pretty well. And just a skosh more white. Might be a little too much white. The character is pretty light. I have to watch him go Kaiser again. It's been a while, but the problem is I literally have to get like in the mood to watch something. I have to be able to, get into a mood where I can sit down and just focus. And then I can sit and watch something that's subtitled. I have to be able to sit down, focus, and pay attention. Okay, that should be good enough. Also going to need uh, something simple. Some pumpkin orange. Oops, that might be a little much. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to grab one more container. Let's go with the ultramarine for the pants. Whoops. I hate when that happens. I'm going to go grab a different cup. I forgot to shake it. Always shake your paints. Okay. And some black. Just to darken the pants up a little bit. Not a lot. I can always brighten it up with a little bit more blue if I need to. Cap still on. Oh, that's the bright blue. Wrong one. Oh, it'll be fine. I'm not going for exact. I just want. I want to get my paints ready. I gotta paint these. Go more black. That's like another. Come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm getting there. Yeah, I was super tired yesterday because getting up for making sure our older lady dog got her meds. And only getting like 3 hours sleep between going to bed and doing that. I was just like, then I went back to bed because I'm like super tired, and then it's just like ah. Okay, I'm gonna brush. Okay, let's start by painting the head. So what I'm gonna no, not that brush, not that one either. There's this little one here. I want to paint the skin tone on first, at least on the neck. Might have to do 2 coats. But if I have to, I have to. Okay, put that on that. I'll go back to painting the other ones on later. I want to. Actually, you know what? I should have. Now I'm gonna take a look at the hands. A lot of that reference is white, so let me grab my Sharpie. Kind of want to have a like a good solid mark. Plus, it's acrylic paint. This is Sharpie. It's gonna bleed through a little bit. I'm gonna go with the arms next. The top's simple. That's just gonna be white. I'm doing this because I wanted like a couple of weeks of light projects. Oops. Oh, well, a couple weeks of, rather light projects to do. Just want like a couple weeks of light projects. And this is one of my groupings of light projects. My other light project is drawing. And then I'm going to do a puppet after that. Before I go to my next big project. I'm not going with like a specific puppet or a specific character, but I got plans. I am definitely going to get some flesh tone paint when I can. I'm also going to see if I can find some kind of container I can stick this in. Something airtight. Whoops. What's wrong, paint? I should move this over here. Working. Gotta remember that equal parts yellow, red, and white. I'm just gonna think it's kind of funny that there's like a lot of people out there in the world getting 3D printers to make stuff they can sell at craft shows and the like. And they're just printing up like I'm gonna see if it's right enough for a second coat. And they're printing up like the articulated dragons and the like to sell at craft shows. And then you got me who's using it in arguably a crafting manner. But it's like I'm still just using it as pieces of crafting. Oops, I can put that back to where it was. Okay, I'm gonna go let those dry. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my Ranger keys here. I want to take a quick peek at them. Okay. So I just want to see where I'm painting. Okay. I'm gonna get some black. Oh, actually, no. I want to save that for orange on the back there. This is the next piece I want to paint. I think I'm gonna paint orange back here. Ooh, purple. Oh, I used purple already. I don't know yet. I'm thinking just like a plain orange. Okay, so let's focus. Focus on these pants. No, actually, before I do that, yeah, that way I have. Oh no, I'm gonna paint it black back there. I have an idea. I don't know how well it would work though. I just had an idea. Whoops. Okay. I'm gonna be painting this area black. I can use a little bit of this here. No, I know this is probably gonna scrape off at some point, but I'm not too worried. I mean, honestly, what's the point of making something if you can't have fun with it? Other than, not getting any sleep yesterday, it's been kind of a very quiet week. Other than having our you know, Easter meal with family on Monday, nothing's really happened. And me being just, getting super tired. I mean, other than that, it's been, fairly quiet. Nothing really exciting's gone on where I am that I know of. I've been playing some Sims, and I mean, depending on when I get done with this, I might even be playing some on stream today. I've been having some fun. Oops, sorry. Part of the reason why I wanted the black is to have this like underneath the orange for the, well, as close to Pumpkinhead as I can get. I'm not like, I did not want to take anything into Blender or, make anything like super custom. I'll assemble both keys at the end. Well, keys at the end of the stream, I think. Well, this one's a very simple one to paint. I'm gonna go let those dry for a few minutes here. And I'll probably put a second coat of orange on the head. So while I'm doing that, I want to collect some screws. So I have my old thing of old computer screws from old things. I just need to make sure I get at least small amount of screws here. So I'm just gonna that one seems a little too small. Maybe my screwdriver set. I mean, I have all this stuff within reach at least. I'll put you down here. The problem is all mismatched. Yeah, that is a little too short, as you can see. It's coming off. And I kind of want to get at least 2 keys done tonight. But at least I have something that I know will fit the right size. It doesn't have to be exact. Let's try this one. And then see if I can find like a grand total of 4. And what I'll also do is put some yeah, it's just not thin enough. Maybe you? I don't know if I have how many I have of you, but I mean, if I can get 1 key out of this, I'll be happy. Okay, how many of these do I have? Well, at least get 2 ranger keys today. I need at least 4. If I need to, I can put a little glue in there. I'm not too worried about that. I don't think I have another one. I have this tiny little thing right here. That tiny little thing. I want to see if this will. I mean, if it's there, but that just slides right through. I want these black ones again. This one? Do I have another one like this? Does not look like it. Okay. Well, that one will work. I'm just going to put this together. Not screwed in, but just get it at least placed together. And put these back in their little tube. Then I can finish painting this. What's the next one on the list? Okay. I have 3 on the list for today. I figure that's like probably more than I'll be able to get done. But I got 3. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here. Okay, I'm gonna let those dry up a little bit more. Actually, no, I'm gonna get back to work on this. I want to get work on this piece. This is the piece that needs the black right over here. I'll use this brush, I think. I'm glad this week's been kind of a quiet week. No emergencies. Other than yesterday, you know, I not getting much sleep yesterday. Means no drama. In this little plot of land. Elsewhere in the world, oh yeah. I mean, one of the VTubers and artists, you know, slash artists that I follow on oops, eh, on Blue Sky had seemed to have an accident, but and I hope she's okay. But she's still posting. I hope she has a quick recovery because I don't want to see anybody that I know, you know, even if it's just like on Blue Sky or something where I'm just very, 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 very quiet. I don't want to see anybody getting, you know, injured. Okay. Oh, I had one out already. I'm just put that like that to let that dry. Okay. I'm gonna get a second coat on the pumpkin. I'm going to gather the pieces for the next one. Okay. I'm going to need this later. Put that right there. This one's going to be paler. So I think that should be enough. Okay. Figure I can at least start gathering these pieces here. I'll go just stash these over here. Okay. I am going to admit I am a little tired today too. But that's because I made a little mistake. So because I have to get up to feed, our older dog. Like early in the morning, not early, super early in the morning, but in the morning because she needs medicine every 12 hours until her sutures heal. Um, I changed my alarm from the normal phone alarm where it's like, because I did have an incident the other day where it's like, okay, I'm up, oh, let me just, and then, not hitting snooze, hitting off on my alarm. Because of that, um, I ended up changing my alarm to music to my preferred station on Pandora, and well, I woke up to the Dropkick Murphys. I woke up to the Dropkick Murphys. I couldn't get back to sleep after that. Not because of dream, but any weirdness. Just like, yeah, I have too much energy now. That just kind of got me all pumped up. I'm like seriously pumped up. It was nice. Okay, now I'm gonna put thinking some regular orange. That's my regular orange. Hope it's unopened. I haven't used this yet. New paint. Got the seal on it and everything. Got the seal and everything. Ah, new paint. I'm sorry. Ugh. Mm. Ugh. I love new paint. I'm kidding. I love opening up new paint. Oh, what? I was gonna paint this black. I was gonna paint this black. Yeah, I was gonna paint that black, I think. I'm gonna paint that black. And I was gonna put the accents on in orange. I should have gone with a black base on this, but I figured the white would work better. Oh well, you live, you learn. I was gonna paint the accents on in orange. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry off for a bit while I get these pieces cleaned up. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna let my brush dry and let that dry. And I'm gonna go hit the little aliens room. Be back in a bit. See you on the flip side. Whoops, sorry. I had to do a quick little um break. I'm gonna change the music here because I just came back from breaking it resets. There we go. Come on. Okay. That fits nicely. Okay. 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 Now, this is going to be the fun part. Um, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Oh, I'll do this. Okay. Notepad. Um, um, Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to cut that out. Let me go grab my exactos. My exact my exacto knife. Okay. Over here. Sorry, Christoph. Yeah, I didn't think I didn't have this planned. So, but I thought that would be kind of cool. You know, it's kind of cool putting some. I mean, I was going to grab this one because it's close, but put those symbols in there in orange on the black. Might look really cool, especially in the pumpkin. I'm not going for exact, mind you. I mean, I could go for exact, but normally I would just be doing this with Sharpie. Or if I had a paint marker, just bump my mic. we go. I hope this works. Now, what happens when you make shit up as you go along? You come up with ideas along the way. Hey, just the song. We're in the background, hopefully not in the VOD, but in the background is the theme from Gokaiser right now. AKA my favorite Sentai. I know I'm basic, but I really like these characters. I'm just trying to press it down as much as possible. Okay. Hope this works. And I wish I had like a mobile. That way I could use it with these. Let that dry for a bit. I don't even need the regular orange. Okay. Let's get the next one up. Okay. I have a custom dock in OBS right now with the, the thing that I'm working on. So if you wonder, what I was doing there. And there it is. So this is the next one I'm doing. My quote unquote human form. I don't know how. I'm not going to do super details on it, but that's my human disguise. Sorry, I'm being silly. I have like a little browser dock set up so I can just kind of glance over at OBS and see. And I figure I can, do this. This one's easy. I'm going to get the skin tones done first. And then I'll start assembly. I'm going to try to get 2 tonight. That way the next 2 have a bit of a theme. The world's greatest theme. Okay. My marker. Okay. There we go. Then I gotta see what colors I'm gonna need. Ah, yeah. Okay. There we go. I should have put it on the alligator clip. Hmm. I mean, the good news is it's allergy season. I can feel the sniffle in my nose right now. I did take a Claritin today. Any other pieces that need that? No. Okay. I probably didn't need to make that much. I'll see if I can scrape some of it off and find a container. Maybe I'll even put it in the secure container. Put a little press and seal on it and then hope it stays. Okay. Now, what other colors do I need? I kind of can't. I kind of like a gray, light gray with a little bit of blue. And like, let me get the lighter color in first. My shoes. Let's get my shoes in. I think I'm gonna go with Sea Breeze for the shoes. I have used this before. Okay, a little Sea Breeze. Okay. It's a very pale pink. Let's go with coral, actually. Right in the street, baby, there's no surrender. Love is rising, shadow from the past, and on the edge of fury. Out of town, we're in and out of time. The ticking of the countdown clock tonight. Girl, we need some action. If we're gonna make it like a true survivor, we need some action. If we're gonna take our love away from here, we need a living passion to believe in, burning hearts and a brand new feeling. Action. If we're gonna make it like a true survivor. Whoa, Phoenix rise again. Like we're good for all that we believe in. Girl, we need some action. If we're gonna make it like a true survivor, we need some action. If we wanna take our love away from here, we need a living passion to believe in. Running hearts and a brand new feeling. Action. If we're gonna make it like a true survivor. The hero stands alone. All is said and done. The enemies have fallen one by one. Out of time, running in and out of time. Hear the ticking of the countdown clock tonight. Girl, we need some action. add some little pink to that. Action. Action. If we're gonna make it like a true survivor, we need some action. If we wanna take her away from here, maybe passion to believe in, burning hearts into brand new action. If we wanna make it like a true survivor. I'm gonna add a little pink into that to try to separate it from the skin tone a little bit. So you had to hear me singing, but I mean it's David Hasselhoff. How can you not sing David Hasselhoff? You don't. You should always sing to David Hasselhoff. You don't want to hassle the Hoff. I'm gonna put a little red in there too. I think. Just kind of want to brighten it up a little bit and separate it a little bit more from the skin tone. Maybe a little more red. Yeah, that'll separate it. I use these coffee stirring sticks as paint stirrers. They work great. Um. Okay. I need to get another little cup here. Okay, because I think that's a little too close to the skin tone. So, I mean, it's still kind of wet, but I'm okay with that. Okay, that looks a little better. Not quite as pale pink, but it looks a little more separate from the skin tone. Kind of what I want. And then I'm going to have to make my hair. Might have to get. Whoops. I'm just going to try to brush off a little bit of this excess paint here. Okay, I'm gonna go grab another little paint cup. I got a couple left. Okay. Now I need to make. I want to make that brown. Go with some yellow. Go with some yellow to start. Let's add like a drop of orange. And I don't have any lighter yellow, so a couple drops of white. A little too. I'm gonna add some more yellow. Not even a little more yellow. I want to try to. I want to add a little more white too. Like this. I just want to make it a little paler. Oh, hello. I can see your chat. Hi. Sorry, I'm looking down at my paint while I'm mixing. Trying to get a certain, similar to a certain color. Hmm. Maybe a little pumpkin. Ah. Well, drop a pumpkin. I mean, it might not even come out together, the way I want it to. I'm trying to, experiment here, trying to get a color I want. Maybe a little more yellow. A little more white. A little more white. I am having a good day. I hope you're having a good day too, Gabrielle. Like when was it the day the earth stood still, but it told us where we stand. Flash golden there until we're under. Love ranged with the invisible man. And something went wrong with Fairy and King Kong, like I caught in the cellular jam. And a deadly pain came down to space. This is when the message read. Science fiction. This'll work. Double feature. Doctor will build a creature. The androids fighting Brad Janet and Francis Dawson. Open planet. Oh, 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 oh. It's late night double feature picture show. Ow. Go up there, took to the hill. Whoops. I got really hot. Sergeant got fired for the poisoning kill. Interesting. Like a science fiction double feature. Doctor A with the feature. The androids fighting Fran Janet and Francis Dawson. Forbidden Planet. What? Oh. Late night double feature. Go well. Oh. To the late night double feature picture show. What? Oh, there's my test. To the late night double feature picture show. In the back row. The late night double feature picture show. Whoa. How did I do that again? Ah! Didn't paint on my chest. Paint on my chest. Okay, look at my existing Ranger key. I just want to see how I did the hair. Okay. Hmm. There we go. Okay. There we go. I just wanted to look at my existing Ranger key. Well, I can sit myself right there. Not perfect, but I think this will work. Maybe a skosh of black in there. Just a skosh. Just a skosh. Right, Gabby? Sorry, I don't. I'm not too much. Okay, that much. More than enough. And this looks a little too close to that. Probably gonna be a little too dark. I'm gonna use the brush to stir this right now. Oh yeah, it is like too dark now. And that was like one little drop of black. Let me get some yellow. Yeah, that did not work. White. I don't know if I can fix this. I do not know if I can fix this at all. I don't know if this can be fixed. All this trying to make a light brown and I made puke. I made puke. This is puke. This is puke. Well, I'm gonna go let this puke dry. Okay. Let's start over. Let's start with some yellow. Get some white. And just make it like a pale yellow to start. A little paler. Can always darken it a little bit if I need to. Okay. This is where I want it. This is where I want to start it. Okay. Now I'm going to add like that much orange. That little wee bit of orange. Hopefully it doesn't overpower everything. Yeah. This should be close to what I want. What's on my fingers? Okay. Okay. Mm. Okay. I don't think you can really see what all I'm doing, but I'm not going to try to do any much closer to dirty blonde. This is closer to what I looked like when I was young. But as you get older, you get old. And you start losing your hair. especially when you're biological. When you're biological sperm donor. Um, the person with the Audi between their legs, when they started going bald when they're 16, you go bald. It's just more of a given. Okay. Let those pieces dry. Well, I'll probably do it like right here, I think. Actually, no. Oh, I don't have it. Do we have another one? I'm on my last one. I'm on my last one of these. Okay. I'm gonna move this out of the way so I don't get any paint on it. A hint for one of the Ranger keys coming up. I'm gonna make an Adam West Batman key. Probably not gonna get to it today. But I'm gonna give it a fresh stick. But that's what I want to make eventually. It's an Adam West Batman key. A little more white. I wonder if I can see timestamps. I wonder if I can select that. How long ago did that person post the chat? That's what I wonder. I'm gonna pop you up for a second so I can. There we go. Wasn't that long ago. There we go. I put timestamps so I can see the chats a little bit better. Okay. Well, there's a little bit of blue in those pants. I can tell that much. I'm not going to try to get it in detail. A little more blue. Probably turn out more gray, but I can throw a couple various blues in here. I want a hint of blue in here. when I was younger, wearing this kind of clothing, this is the kind of stuff that would have come from the resale shops. Whoop, might be a little much. It'll be fine. So this is like the kind of clothes I probably would have worn until we could afford to get Kmart clothes. I miss Kmart. Yeah, that could work in the pants. I really miss Kmart. They had some great Halloween stuff. Like some really great Halloween stuff. But this is the kind of stuff I would have worn. Except the bow tie. I could never tie a bow tie. Still can't. Those who can, you have my respect. Except you, Tucker Carlson. You can bleep off. You can just bleep, bleep the bleep right back to your bleepy bleep bleep bleep. Put whatever words you want there, but he's a bleep bleep. He's a bleeping bleep bing bleeping bleep bleep. Who cosplays as somebody who, didn't grow up rich. But he grew up rich. He married rich. He faked his way into a career and he can bleep right off. But but Matt Smith's doctor in a bow tie? Yeah. He can stick around. His bow tie is cool. Kind of upset. Um, I got a wedding to go to this year. And part of the dress code is bow tie. I'm upset by that. I would like to say irrationally upset, but no. I think I'm rationally upset about having to do bow tie. Suspenders I have no problem with. I like suspenders. I have no problem with suspenders. But the bow tie? Man, I don't want to wear a bow tie. I mean, nobody wants to wear a bow tie. Well, actually, plenty of people want to wear bow ties. I just, I mean, I have to look up how to tie a tie. like your standard necktie. I have a hanger in my closet that's just ties that I tied years ago and just kind of loosened and hung up on a hanger. And if I need to tie them again, I look it up. I'm gonna have to repaint that. You can see I'll have to repaint that back here. Okay. Hope that paint comes off well enough. I'm gonna doing something similar here. Okay. Okay. Let those dry off. Drink time. Okay, time for the moment of truth. I think I can save this. Because I'm gonna have to paint. I think that turned out fine. Let's see if I can reuse this on the other key. Okay. Okay, let's get Pumpkin Friend, Mr. Pumpkinhead, Mr. Pumpkin Friend done. I need to do one more thing on his head. And that's easy. There we go. Didn't even need to paint that. Look at these arms. Okay. Because these arms have to move. Okay. Okay, there we go. I also miss Radio Shack. Okay, let me get my paper clip. Had like little candies in them originally. I got them for the tins. Because honestly, how can you not like this one? Now, this is the size of paperclip recommended by people who, by the person who I purchased this pattern from. I just mark that so I can hopefully get that cut better. And I'm going to be using the rest of this paper clip. Maybe. Ah, come on. Cut. There. Okay. Now, where's my secret? Come on. Get in there. Hmm. A little super glue. Try to keep. Key in there. I'm gonna use this. Hmm. I mean, that'll keep. But there we go. My next Ranger key. I'm gonna go put that over there for the glue to dry. Okay. I'm gonna grab this piece of tape. This is the weirdest set of keys so far. Do I have anything? Ah, this one might work. I got a file out in case I need to do some quick filing. Okay. Let me get these brushes cleaned off. Okay. Um I'm gonna have to let these brushes dry off a little bit too. So I am going to take another quick break to take care of the dogs. Just check on them, make sure they're doing okay. Um, if they need to go outside or anything. Be back in a bit. See ya on the flip side. I forgot. I was also making chili. So I step out there, check on the dogs, and I got chili in the slow cooker, like a half hour left, and it just smells like chili out there. I mean, it smells like chili. I'm taking a quick break on camera to enjoy a little bit of chili. There we go. Just wanted to rearrange that, reset the shuffle. But it's like, oh, I smell chili, and it's just like, oh. So I had to do my taste and add a little seasoning, and I put some cheese in it so I could just dip crackers in it. Just dip some whole wheat Ritz in there. So I'm gonna have some chili. I hope you don't mind. Mm, mm, mm. This is a simple chili recipe of my own creation. I take I brown up the ground beef, drain the fat, then turn it into taco meat with like a packet of taco seasoning, following the instructions on the pack. And then I throw in some, tomatoes with some green chilies, like, 2 cans of tomatoes, small cans, the 10-ounce cans. And then, let them cook out for like an hour, hour and a half or so. And then I add in beans, like a can of chili beans and like some pintos or some other, kidney beans or something like that. And then just let it sit in the slow cooker for a bit. And then if I need to add seasoning, I add seasoning. But, mm. Then I added some cheese to make it easier to dip. Mm. And then when I'm completely done with it, when I'm like completely done with it, or I'm gonna like cool down for a bit, and then I'm gonna leave it in the fridge to sit for like the night, and then tomorrow when we have it for dinner, me and my partner have it for dinner. Oh, it's gonna be heaven! It's gonna be heaven. This is gonna be heavenly chili because chili is like leftover rice and leftover pizza. Um, in this fact that it's like it's better when reheated the next day. With like with rice, you throw a little oil in the pan. You scramble up an egg. You throw in your rice as the egg is beginning to set, so you can scramble that up in there. You add your vegetables. Actually, fry up some vegetables first. Fry up your vegetables first. Then you throw in the egg and get that scrambled up. And as the egg's setting, you throw in your leftover, your day old rice. You throw that in, add some soy sauce, and you get some decent fried rice. And with pizza, it's okay cold, and but you get a skillet like nice and hot. Then you put your pizza there, on there. You put in a little bit of water. You put a lid on, and then you turn that heat down and just let that cook up. Get a nice, good, crisp crust on the bottom and nice, really melty cheese as reheating pizza. Oh, it's like so much better than what you get like from, the pizza place. Chili needs chili just needs like that day in the fridge to sit and let all those seasonings blend together with the beans and the meat. Oh, it's heaven. Hmm. So sorry, you're gonna have me eating chili now. Hmm. But I figured I gotta have that first cup. I gotta have that first little cup of chili. Mm. And then tomorrow, when I reheat this, when I reheat the chili, and I'm just gonna reheat it up, and then I'm gonna make some cornbread. There's a box mix cornbread, but still, some cornbread. I'm gonna have some cornbread and chili for dinner tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in heaven. I'm gonna be in pure heaven. Mm. Mm. Maybe I'll fry up some potatoes too. Just, just cube up a couple potatoes. Just cube up a couple potatoes and get some oil in a pan and maybe a little just some salt and pepper. And get those potatoes frying up. Just fry some fried potatoes to go with the chili. Oh, I have dinner plans tomorrow. And if you don't see me on Sunday, I'll probably be like laying on the floor in this office, just just like, you know, so bloated with chili and potatoes and cornbread. Oh, that sounds so delicious. I'm gonna do that. That's tomorrow's dinner. Hmm. Oh, yeah. That makes me sound that. Oh, that. Mm. I'm looking forward to that. Mm. 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 Look at this. I mean, I just threw in like a handful of cheese into a small cup of chili, but mm. 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 I just didn't want to sit out there and eat. It's not like it's a super spicy chili or anything. I mean, the seasonings come primarily from the taco seasoning and the tomatoes with green chili, and I think I threw in a can of fire roasted tomatoes in this too. And it's just like, oh. And that's when, a can of chili beans and a can of pinto beans. But yeah, this is like heaven. Mm. 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 Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh. Oh man. That was good. And that's tomorrow's dinner. Mm. That will be tomorrow's dinner. Oh. Okay. What color am I going to make this? Huh. You know what? I'm going to go with the sea breeze. I'm going to go with the sea breeze. Going to have to dry for a little bit, but oh. Okay, I'm going to let the key dry. I'm not going to work on any more keys tonight, I think. I think I'm going to let this dry and then assemble. So, um, let me move some stuff around here. Usually takes just a. Oh, okay. A new Ranger key. Okay, I am going to take a quick, not a quick break. I already had a break. I'm just gonna do a quick setup here. Give me a second. But what I'm gonna do is set up for a quick game. Don't need that on. There we go. I had something planned in case I end early when I'm doing the hand cams, because it's like, okay, this is my goal for the night, but sometimes I may end early. And tonight is a night where I'm ending, I gotta wait for stuff to dry. So, oh boy, this can be fun. Okay, awesome. Looks pretty well this time. So, I'm gonna take a break to play some Sims. Now, let me just move the chat over here so I can see the chat. I'm gonna go mute myself and adjust my mic. Okay, I'm just gonna play some Sims for a few minutes while that dries. So, give me a sec. One more things I want to do. Hi. How am I looking? Okay. Now this is the game that I'm actually currently playing right now. This is the game I'm currently playing. So this is how this is the kind of thing I normally do when playing. This is normal play of The Sims for me. So I figure, give me a few minutes of this while that dries, like dries completely, so I can remove the tape easily. So I'm going to be moving there. Then I'll be putting the tape back over the webcam that I used to track in Warudo. But I can show you what I've been doing. What time is it? Okay. Trying to keep an eye on the time too. So I'm going to let it go for like a half hour, 45 minutes or so to try. And I'll assemble this key. And then maybe I'll come back and play some more Sims. But I was like prepared to a point. Like I said, this is like this is what I do normally when I'm playing Sims. This is what I've been doing pretty much all week. It's my normal play through the Sims. I put the streamer mod back on because this is what I do. Let me just a couple things here. Turn off the background music first. There we go. Um, so I tend to play a little more adult when I'm doing normal. So this is Mackenzie. Um, the sim I've been playing with. They own. They. I don't know how well you can see. Okay, you can see it pretty well. They own this building. It's old industrial building, the old salt house. And currently, I'm trying to refurbish it into an adult club, an adult entertainment venue that involves nudity. But this is the main room so far. I built like a rundown, old industrial building to use. But yeah, I got there's still trash around. Old remains from the factory. There's the inexpensive bar. I'm gonna need to order some bar supplies. I'm gonna turn on all the lights here. So you can kind of get a sense of around. That we got a couple bathrooms right here. Right here, these are a couple bathrooms. This is where you get the Sims get their private little dances on an inflatable couch. Basically, he's squatting. Mackenzie is squatting. And over here, we got like a little utility room where cleanup and stuff happens. Let me go to build mode so you can see it better during the day. There we go. So yeah, so we got it's an old rundown factory, an old rundown just a little loading dock. Where the loading dock was. This window was the broken version of this window from Werewolves, and this was the broken, just the archway door. Just replaced them. I have like a list of goals. Um, when I started, I just had the outhouse. I put the out, oh, it's like right up against the pipe. I was just using this outhouse as the bathroom. But slowly been building back up, adding seatings, adding stage, adding a boombox for music, adding a little, private bathrooms, private cleaning area. Up here we got, an old catwalk. And of course the roof. It's basically squatting and turning it into into an adult entertainment venue involving nudity. Whoops. Let me go back. I just want to do it in the daylight so you can see it a little better. Moving the blockage out of the way. And slowly but surely this gets updated. Okay, needs are actions low, but your energy's fine. Let me auto light put the lights back on here. There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is what I've been doing. This is my fun play, mind you. Been sleeping on the cot in the club. Technically, they own property because you kind of have to, but this is using Wicked Whims and Strip Club. Plus, I also have another adult mod in. Because I need some way of, occasionally making a little extra cash. I'm not going to be doing that. I don't need that. I don't need the extra cash now. Club's doing fine. I got to order some supplies though. I like playing with this. With one of the reasons why I use Wicked Whims instead of Wonderful Whims is how much do I have left? Would like to have some by Monday here, so when I open it up again for the week. Because I like having, the managing the supplies, managing of employees. Let me show you my employees. Okay, so these are my dancers. As you can see, a mixed crew. These are my dancers so far. And Mackenzie's one of the dancers. And then Kyle Kyleson's a janitor. I figured he's the kind that would work as a janitor at a strip club. I mean, an adult entertainment venue. I would have hired Don Lothario, but he already had a job at that point. All right, you can see I put down some other sims that are potentials, Tristan over here, Rio. These are other potential dancers. When I started this, Reese. When I started this Safe Caleb, I basically had a house full of Sims, 8 Sims, and I, I set relationships up and attractiveness and stuff like that. So that way, there'd be some life with this group, and then deleted all the relationships from Mackenzie. So, but I figured this group would be a good crate that I have under my desk. I have a crate under my desk where I keep my project stuff. I'm gonna go take a quick shower over at the gym. But Sunday is a day off. First off, so and I have a goal. I think my current goal is 1,500 simoleons in the club. Which, speaking of which, I just ordered my supplies. So, what, 603? At the end of the week, I take anything over $500, put it into my household funds. But I have a goal of 1,500 simoleons to do some, for the next batch of upgrades. So once I get, 1,500 simoleons, then I do some more upgrades. And I take Sundays off. Oh, I should go back to the club soon too. Adjust the open hours. Well, I'm going to need to sleep there because technically, while I technically own a lot, I don't own a house. Yeah, these are my Sims. This is the kind of playthrough I do normally. Well, that's doing that. This is just a quick thing here. Let's use that for now. File. So you're not going to probably see it all, but okay. I'll let you go do what you want. You still got some energy, so you can do what you want right now. But I have it. There it is. So whoa, but yeah, sorry. There we go. But yeah, I have like this document I set up, like dancing, music, a schedule of like what days on and off and stuff, goals and stuff like that. And I use that as kind of a guide. These are my goals. This is my own like little personal challenge. Okay. I'll let you do what you wanted for a few minutes, but I want to get back to the club because I still got to set opening hours and stuff. Now, as you can see, Mackenzie finds pretty much everybody he's ever met attractive. But no romances yet. I'm letting that happen naturally. And by naturally, I mean they have to make the other move, but pretty much everybody else in the household is in relationships with other people. I think if I remember, okay, Reese and Seth are married. Tristan is Seth's brother. Then Kimber and Caleb are engaged, and Noah and Rio are partners. Okay. Please tell me that. Tell me. Okay, there's a fruit stand. Oh, and it's the one with the burritos. Awesome. You used to have a chicken wrapped a veggie burrito. Well, I manage the employees. So first things first, to manage open hours. Clubs open from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. except on Sundays where it's closed. So I set that to 9 p.m. That way it's not open all day long. And I can, usually just skip. There you are. And I want to assign the outfit. But this is kind of, this is kind of play that I normally do. Not as much chaos. I do have life tragedies on, but stays on very slow. I have my multiple outfits here. Janitorial outfit. This is, basically just a blank outfit for holidays, then a trainee outfit, and then the outfit that everybody gets to wear after a week. Except the janitor, obviously. Janitor gets their own separate outfit. But these guys have been working for just about a week now. Who are you attracted to today? This time. Like I said, I'm gonna let things happen naturally. Plus, I don't think Mackenzie's quite ready because I made them casual romantic, so not interested in anything serious at the moment. I can get rid of that when I want to, but I figure in case they need to, earn a little bit of money to do a little more work on the club or something, for whatever reason, I don't have them worrying about forming an attachment to somebody. Okay. Almost 6 in the morning. You haven't even gone to bed. But yeah, they're kind of squatting. I don't think the city of San Myshuno really cares. And when I get to Mackenzie having 5,000 simoleons, I am going to be making this, or making a version of this, I think, into a small residence. But I've been collecting posters, as you can see. I'm trying to keep them organized right now. These are all the duplicates. I'm going to use posters as decorations. I'm going to try to keep this looking not the same as it is, but, like a cleaned up version of this. I'm keeping the graffiti because graffiti's pretty cool. But, like cleaning up the bricks and the metal, this old metal building. Getting rid of these piles of trash. Okay, my cursor is seen. Making a better stage with a pole, get better seating and better lighting, and a better bar and better everything. But once again, I figure squatting, using what he can, salvage from the factory itself to start, and make a little underground adult entertainment venue. Going out in your tiny whiteys.
Whoa, yo yem. Oh, what's all?
Go for a shot. I know it's raining, but I'm trying to get your aspiration taken care of too. But yeah, so far this playthrough's gone a week. I've been restarting because it's like I have some new ideas. Ooh, I kind of want to remake this. Do some new ideas in the building of the club. Ooh, I got some new ideas for like how I'm gonna run, do things and stuff. And yeah. But this is what I've been doing this week. This is the kind of play that I've been doing this week. I'll let that dry up a little bit more. So we're gonna basically just try to get through Sunday. Oh, Tristan. Yeah, I became like instant friends with Tristan. Yeah, go for a new career, Tristan. You can come work for me. Actually, I don't have no spot. I've actually set up like a little rule, little rules when doing one of these adult entertainment venues with nudity involved. Basically, I hire enough. I'll have at least one janitor, but you gotta have like one dancer per spot. So you got the dance spot and the private seat. Private seat. So that's 2 dancers there. Plus, you gotta have a dancer as a bartender. 3 dancers, and then you gotta have at least 1 dancer to maintain, the conversations out in the seating area. Out in the main areas. Be talking to the customers, hitting them up, charm them. So that's why I got like 4 dancers. And I picked them all from the group I started with. And then let them decide where they're going that first night, then build a schedule the next night. That way, there's like everybody works 2 nights at a spot before moving over to something else, unless it's the charming, which is technically becomes 4 nights in a row, or can become 4 nights in a row. And that'll change once I get if I get another private dance seat. Okay. Now, what do we got? My main collection of posters. I'm gonna put them behind the bar. Do I have this one yet? No, I do not. That's another common. Had 2 more of those. And once I have the complete collection, I'm gonna organize them and put them behind the bar. I don't have that one yet? Oh, I did. Okay. I just had only the one of the commons. Okay. Well, let Mackenzie talk to whoever he wants to. And
Suli Suli.
oh, grand.
Yanabi.
That's actually kind of nice. That's kind of flattering. Fran finds my sim attractive. I'm flattered.
Yogs. Sigluna Vero Binakapa.
Oh, you guys go to the bathroom? Well, there's a restroom right there. I know. You want to talk to Brant. I am not getting involved with Brant or Brentek. I like them. I like them as a couple. I think they're cute. I don't understand how somebody, people can change them. They're sweet together. They got a lovely dog. And how you can change that into Brent's brother. I mean, look at this guy. This is not brother material. This is boyfriend material. Brent's boyfriend. Not Brent's brother. But no, there are modders that do that because, a cute, lovely, sweet gay couple is scarier than Freddy Krueger. Invading the dream the adult themed dream you're having about your crush. Okay, and usually I just let him, oh, he needs food. He needs food. Order a tomato wrapped veggie burrito. I think you're a vegetarian. Yeah, you're a vegetarian. It's weird. It's like I make so many vegetarian sims, and yet here I am like eating like meat, like meat chili and stuff.
Sippany frost. Sinoche.
Eating like really lovely ham on Monday with some really lovely potatoes.
Vobal soapy. Piff of the zoo. Neeb. Moochie
I'm
peachy.
making chili
Shaby balooey.
out of
Yibs.
pre-made hamburger patties.
Gungane ansa.
It was cheaper getting. Well, that's understandable. It's Rory Aqua. Oaklau. I mean, honestly, how can you not love that person? How can you not love her when she eats like that? I just hope I just hope when she got those, she kept them clean. But like I said, I'm letting things happen on their own. Why did you fart? Hi, Caleb. Bye, Caleb. Okay, 4 o'clock. This one I check needs. Needs are fine. Oh no, I'm not doing anything in the club. It's Sunday. The club tends to itself now. It's the club's day off. There's my mouth. There's my mouth. Okay, you know what? Let's go back to the gym, get some exercise, get some working out done. I need a drink. Yeah, you know what? Let's not go here. As you can see, I've got all the packs activated except Enchanted by Nature and Adventure Awaits because I do not like the luck and ailments. I really don't like that functionality. And I am done with all the pop-ups. And this one makes a lot more pop-ups. I think this is like my limit, and only because, you know, I like the world, I like the businesses and hobbies part of this. I like some of the clothing and build mode items. This plus some of the great rune stuff. This one I like because once again some of the build items and the clothing items. This build items, purely build items. And this one was gotten because my partner wanted shutters. Once again, some build mode items. I like Copperdale. Copperdale is a great little town. My partner wanted werewolves. I wanted a lot of ruined build items. Because we didn't have it. And I wanted to, play with the wedding system and have some of the build items. The world and some of the build items stuff my partner really wanted. This one, I just wanted some of the world and some of the Sims. This one I kind of like some of the play mechanics. This one I like, got it for college. Once again, world and gameplay for my partner. Nice, sunny, warm place. I just like I like Strangerville, not the pack as much as like the town Strangerville. And I wanted the fame system for this one. But there's like something about some of these packs. And those last Adventure Awaits and the Enchanted by Nature. It's just like, oh, I don't want those two. I like the royalty and legacy pack. I like the royalty gameplay. I'm not going to do it with this play, but I mean, I might eventually. I don't know. But I like it. Plus, I kind of like seeing Cordelia walk around, and I kind of like seeing some of these Sims just walking around in the world. They're like Sims that bring smiles to my face. My face. Or faces, depending on how many ranger keys I'm using. Yeah, okay. So just gonna focus on getting some exercise. How about we go for a swim? Do some laps for a bit. And then you can, do some working out and, talk to people. But we're not gonna do any adult themed stuff. Because you got enough money. You don't have all the money you need, but I'd rather have that happen through, actual play. So this is kind of what I've been doing all week. And honestly, this has kind of been distracting, thankfully. I'm not really having to pay attention to the world for, at least a little bit. And I can rest and relax. There, let Mackenzie swim around a bit. I also have him flagged for like no aging and keep the physique. Certain mechanics I'm not playing with, certain mechanics I am. So I just keep looking it over on my craft table. That can actually be done. Okay. I'm gonna go mute myself again and adjust my mic. I'll be right, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, there we go. As you can see, I'm now frozen again. And I'm away from my laptop's webcam. Let me there's the mouse. I have like constantly two mice and a keyboard plugged into my computer. Okay, I just needed a couple minutes of a break while I do this, so hopefully it comes off nicely. It's not perfect, but I can clean that up a little bit. I'm gonna turn the music back on now too. There we go. I just wanted to that second. You know what? That might not work. Oh, actually, that's gonna be fine. I'm just trying to even out this square a little bit. Whoops. There we go. Now, let's start assembling a Ranger key. I'm going to move these cups again. Let them dry out. I don't tend to save the paint because, I mean, as you can see, with like this cup, it's going to mix a lot of little particles with everything, and I don't really want to do that. That'll help, clear up some space. Oh, I can get it closer, tighter. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can squeeze it a little tighter. Actually, no, I'm gonna take pumpkin apart for a second. Okay. For the glue. A little super glue in there. Come on. Okay, get that squeeze as tightly as possible. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing to this key too. Where's my Sorry about that. I had to switch over. Figure. I can make a bow tie. With a red Sharpie. Not much, it's just a little thing I wanted to do. Okay. I'm going to use that to help poke holes through there. Okay. Okay, where is everything? There's the legs. There. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Ow! 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 Ow, 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 ow. That hurt. Never get a finger caught in an alligator clip. Oh, okay. There, just trying to put little glasses on there. There. Okay. Ow. Man, that hurt. Thankfully, it was on my left pinky. I'm a righty. That happened on my right hand. Oh, that would have been horrible. I've already done enough damage to the pinky. Okay. Okay, this is it on the Ranger key, I think. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Stay together. Give him the first screw. Super glue will help hold it together. Makes the screws a little more, well, somewhat aesthetic. And now my human form key. You know what? There we go. Mark that for cutting. Okay. Okay. The boring Ranger key. Crap, where'd it go? There it is. That terrified me. Like, no. I got a puppy in here. I've got a puppy in here. I don't need him getting, his paws caught on a piece of cut paper clip. Okay, I'll let that dry for a minute or two. I do a quick pickup. Okay. Let me play Sims for a little bit. Okay. There we go. There we go. Let that dry for a minute or two. But I got 2 more Ranger keys, which brings up the collection to 4. 4 custom Ranger keys. And each one of them is a little bit different. Oh, first flip. There we go. And of course, the absolute original one. The first one I made of these. I still keep this one. I'm gonna put this one back. I keep that one by my computer. But yeah, I got Ranger keys. Do you? Okay, I'm gonna call it now. I think I just wanted to play a little bit of the Sims on stream. When I was able to do that, I did my Ranger keys. I'll be back on Sunday. Schedule should be back to normal next week. I'll be back on Sunday with some Sims 4, my the Star Legacy. I will be back to drawing next week, I think, on the Handcam. That's what it looks like on my schedule for my, things. So, be drawing next week. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing another hand cam next week. So, I hope to see you Sunday. Until then, I hope you have a nice weekend. I'll see you on the flip side. I'm gonna go take care of the chili. Bye.